Alternating current, AC, frequency is the number of cycles per second in an AC sine wave. Frequency is the speed at which the current changes direction in 1 second. It is measured in Hertz, Hc, an international unit of measurement. 1 Hertz equals 1 cycle per second. Hertz, Hc, equals 1 Hertz equals 1 cycle per second. Loop equals a full wave of alternating current or voltage. Half cycle equals half of a cycle. Wavelength equals the time required to create the full cycle of a waveform. In its simplest form, frequency is how often something repeats. In the case of electric current, the frequency is the number of times a sine wave repeats or completes a cycle from positive to negative. The more cycles in a second, the higher the frequency. For example, when the frequency of an alternating current is said to be 5 Hz, see diagram below, this indicates that the waveform repeats 5 times in 1 second. Frequency. Frequency is often used to explain the operation of electrical equipment. Below are some common frequency ranges. Power line frequency, normally 50 Hz or 60 Hz. Variable frequency drivers that typically use a carrier frequency of 1 to 20 kHz, KHZ. Audio frequency range, 15 Hz to 20 kHz, human hearable decibel. Radio frequency, 30 to 300 kHz. Low frequency, 300 kHz, 3 MHz, megahertz. Medium frequency, 3 to 30 MHz. High frequency, 30 to 300 MHz. Circuits and equipment are usually set to operate at constant or variable frequency. Equipment designed to operate at a fixed frequency displays abnormal performance when operating at a different frequency than specified. For example, an AC motor designed to run at 60 Hz runs slowly when the frequency drops below 60 Hz, and runs fast when it exceeds 60 Hz. In AC motors, any change in frequency leads to a proportional change in motor speed. Another example is a 5% drop in frequency resulting in a 5% drop in engine speed. How is frequency measured? A digital multimeter with frequency counter mode can measure the frequency of AC signals and also offers minute/max, min/max, recording, which allows you to perform frequency measurements to be recorded over a certain period of time, or similarly voltage, current, or resistance measurements. Automatic decibel feature that automatically selects the frequency range unless the measured voltage is outside the frequency measurement range. Power grids vary from country to country. In the US, the network is based on a highly stable 60 Hz signal, meaning it cycles 60 times per second. In the US, residential electric power is based on a single-phase 120-volt AC power supply. The power measured in a wall outlet in the residence in the US shows sine waves oscillating between plus or minus 170 volts, and the true RMS voltage is measured at 120 volts. The oscillation rate is 60 cycles per second.